Welcome to Psychology Decode Mind, where we don't just talk about human behavior, we decode it. From the secrets of dark intelligence to the hidden motives behind every emotion, this channel explores the deepest corners of the human mind. If you're curious about what drives people, what controls your own thoughts, and how the unconscious mind shapes your life, you're in the right place. Hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell, because what you're about to discover may just change how you see the world.
Prologue: the forbidden knowledge. Power is rarely seized through love. It is sustained through understanding weakness. Machiavelli. There are truths about women that society will never admit. For centuries, kingdoms fell, rulers crumbled, and empires were shaken, not only by armies, but by whispers from women's lips, by desires concealed in their hearts, by weaknesses hidden beneath their grace. Niccolo Machiavelli, the master of power and deception, did not write directly of women's secrets, yet his philosophy pierces through human nature itself. Men, women, rulers, and lovers alike. If he were alive today, observing the subtle battles of relationships and influence, he would have spoken these words. He who understands a woman's weaknesses holds the strings of her power. What follows are not gentle observations, but brutal Machiavellian insights into the 10 weaknesses women do not want men to know. Each weakness is a gate, and he who holds the key can rule the kingdom of influence. Weakness 1, the desire for admiration. Women may deny their hunger for power, but they cannot conceal their thirst for admiration. The first weakness lies not in vanity, but in the silent craving for validation. A woman may appear indifferent, self-sufficient, untouchable, but her spirit longs to be admired. Compliments, attention, glances that linger, all feed her inner flame. Machiavelli would remind us, admiration is a weapon. To withhold it is to starve. To give it strategically is to control. A man who floods a woman with admiration loses his power, for abundance devalues the gift. But a man who gives admiration like rare wine, carefully poured, sparingly offered, becomes the source she chases. A ruler gives bread to his people. A man gives admiration to his woman. Too much, and both grow fat and restless. Too little, and they rebel. Control lies in balance. Thus, her weakness is not admiration itself, but the dependence on it. And whoever becomes the wellspring of that admiration becomes her unseen master. Weakness 2, the fear of aging. Time is the tyrant women never defeat. It is the silent enemy in every mirror. No empire fears erosion as much as a woman fears the erosion of her youth. Beneath elegance, intelligence, and power lies a primal truth. Beauty fades, and with it, the influence it once commanded. A woman's fear of aging is not vanity. It is survival. From the halls of Florence to the courts of Paris, youth has always been currency. When it weakens, insecurity blooms. This fear drives choices, the need for validation, the desperate grasp for relevance, the suspicion of younger rivals. Machiavelli would whisper, exploit not the body's decline, but the mind's dread of it. He who soothes this fear wins trust. He who mocks it wins an enemy for life. Understand this weakness, and you see why industries thrive on creams, surgeries, illusions. But more than markets, it reveals a woman's deepest vulnerability, her battle with time. Weakness 3, the power of attention. A woman's silence is her weapon. Her demand for attention is her weakness. Every woman craves attention, though not all admit it. Some desire it openly, through beauty, charm, or noise. Others cloak it in modesty, but their heart trembles when ignored. Attention is the coin of intimacy. Neglect it, and resentment grows. Overfeed it, and its value declines. Machiavelli teaches us the art of scarcity. Give just enough attention to create desire, but withdraw enough to instill fear of loss. The people love a prince who listens. A woman loves a man who disappears just enough to be pursued. Her weakness, then, is not attention itself, but the emptiness she feels in its absence. Master the art of giving and withholding, and you turn her longing into your throne. Weakness 4, the envy of other women. A woman competes not only with men, but eternally with women. Beneath alliances, beneath friendships, lies an unspoken battlefield. Women compare endlessly their beauty, their success, their lovers, their status. Even among sisters of blood, envy stirs. This weakness is so deep it shapes fashion, gossip, even betrayal. A woman may forgive a man's arrogance, but she rarely forgives another woman's superiority. Machiavelli would say, "Divide the women and you rule the court. Unite them and you face rebellion." A man who understands this exploits subtle rivalry. He speaks of other women not to insult, but to awaken comparison. He praises carefully, knowing envy sharpens desire. Her weakness lies not in her beauty, but in her fear that another's beauty eclipses her own. And so, the prince of influence ensures she never forgets he sees her above the rest. Weakness 5, the hunger for security. Love may dazzle her, but security binds her. A woman desires passion, yes, but beneath passion lies an older hunger, safety. Not merely wealth, but certainty. A man who provides safety becomes irreplaceable. Machiavelli reminds us, people follow rulers who guarantee protection. Likewise, women attach themselves to men who offer stability in a chaotic world. But here lies the paradox. Too much security breeds boredom, and boredom breeds betrayal. The wise man provides enough stability to calm, but enough danger to excite. A woman clings to the man who shields her. She worships the man who shields her, and yet tempts her with fire. Her weakness lies not in love itself, but in fear of losing ground beneath her feet. He who controls her sense of safety controls her loyalty. Weakness 6, the prison of emotion. Reason guides men, emotion governs women. This is not cruelty, but observation. Women feel deeply joy, rage, sorrow, desire. Where men often calculate, women immerse. Emotion is their crown, but also their chain. A skilled manipulator does not argue with emotion. He redirects it. He does not extinguish her fire. He bends it toward his purpose. He who argues with a woman's heart loses. He who commands it through silence wins. Her weakness lies in being ruled by waves of feeling. Men who become the anchor, who stand unshaken amid her storms, appear godlike. To master her emotions is not to conquer her. It is to rule the very tide. Weakness 7, the need for mystery. She conceals to seduce. She reveals only to control. A woman thrives in mystery, but secretly, she too is enslaved by it. Curiosity gnaws at her. She may demand truth, yet her desire burns strongest for the unknown. Machiavelli teaches, reveal enough to inspire loyalty, conceal enough to inspire fear. The same applies to women. She admires the man she cannot fully read. Her weakness lies in her hunger to decode. Give her complete transparency and she grows weary. Keep a part of yourself hidden and she obsesses. A woman may love your honesty, but she worships your mystery. Thus, the unseen becomes her chain, and the unknowable becomes your weapon. Weakness 8, the desire to change a man. A woman loves not the man before her eyes, but the man she believes she can create. This is one of her most dangerous weaknesses, the belief that she can shape a man into her ideal. She falls in love with potential, not reality. Men who resist this transformation frustrate her, but men who yield lose themselves. The Machiavellian man neither resists fully nor yields fully. He allows her to believe she molds him, while he molds her belief. He who allows himself to be changed becomes weak. He who appears to change while remaining firm becomes invincible. Her weakness is her illusion of control. Exploit it, and she feels victorious while you remain unbroken. Weakness 9, the long memory of betrayal. Men forget betrayal, women engrave it in stone. A woman's heart clings not only to love but to wounds. Betrayal, real or imagined, scars her for eternity. She may forgive, she may smile, but the shadow lingers. This weakness grants her both strength and fragility. It makes her cautious, suspicious, forever testing. Yet it also traps her in the past, blinding her to the present. Machiavelli would note, "A prince never forgives treason, but he may feign mercy. A woman never forgets betrayal, though she may feign forgiveness." Her weakness is the prison of memory. He who can rewrite her past through words, through gestures, through illusions, becomes her liberator. Weakness 10, the fear of losing love. All her weapons are sharpened by one fear, to be unloved. The greatest weakness of all is not vanity, envy, or emotion. It is abandonment. A woman's strength collapses when she believes she is replaceable. Machiavelli would say, "The people obey a ruler they fear to lose. A woman clings to a man she fears may leave." This fear governs her choices. It makes her tolerate flaws, overlook betrayals, cling to illusions. And yet, it is the same fear that makes her dangerous: jealousy, revenge, possession. The wise man uses absence as a blade, not cruelty, but distance, to show that his presence is a gift, not a guarantee. Her weakness lies in her terror of being unloved, and thus, the man who masters presence and absence holds the crown of her devotion. The 15 weaknesses revealed are not insults. They are truths of human nature, painted through Machiavelli's cold lens. Women wield enormous power, often greater than men admit. Yet, in their power lies vulnerability, and in vulnerability lies control. Machiavelli would leave us with this warning: knowledge of weakness is the sharpest blade. Use it with wisdom, or it will one day be used against you. For the man who seeks domination, these insights are weapons. For the man who seeks harmony, they are guides. And for the man who seeks neither, they are dangerous truths best left unread. But you have read them. You now hold the forbidden knowledge, and knowledge, Machiavelli reminds us, is never innocent. Weakness 11, the craving for drama. Peace bores her. Chaos excites her. Women often create storms where none exist, not because they love destruction, but because drama validates their existence. A quiet life can feel like death. Emotion, whether joy, rage, or sorrow, reminds them they are alive. Machiavelli whispers, "The people must be stirred with war, or they grow weak. So too must a woman's heart be stirred with fire, or she grows restless." Her weakness lies in the silent terror of monotony. He who controls the rise and fall of her emotions, who gives her drama without destruction, becomes the writer of her play. Weakness 12, the addiction to secrets. What she hides empowers her. What she discovers enslaves her. Women thrive on secrets, not just their own, but the ones they can extract from others. Knowing something hidden gives them leverage, a sense of power. Yet this addiction to secrets is a chain. For in chasing mysteries, they often fall prey to manipulators who create illusions for them to unravel. Machiavelli would remind us, the most loyal servant is the one who believes he possesses your secrets. The most loyal woman is the one who believes she has discovered yours. Her weakness lies in this hunger to uncover. Feed her fragments, and she will dig endlessly, never realizing the map was drawn by your hand. Weakness. 13. The illusion of independence. She proclaims her freedom, yet longs to be possessed. Modern women declare independence, careers, strength, and yet, behind the banner of autonomy lies the ancient desire to belong to someone, to something. True independence terrifies, for it means solitude. Machiavelli notes, the republic may shout liberty, yet it craves the rule of a prince. A woman may shout independence, yet she craves the rule of love. Her weakness is not the claim of strength, but the secret longing to surrender it. The wise man lets her believe she reigns, while quietly holding the crown. Weakness 14. The desire to be irreplaceable. Her greatest fear is not to be abandoned, but to be forgotten. A woman can endure loss, but the thought of being replaced cuts deeper than any blade. She wants to be the one, not just one of many. This weakness makes her demand exclusivity, loyalty, obsession. It makes her jealous, possessive, controlling. Machiavelli would smirk, a ruler fears being dethroned. A woman fears being replaced. To exploit this, a man must show abundance of choice, but select her. The shadow of competition intensifies her need to prove her place. Weakness 15. The seduction of words. A woman yields to words more than to swords. From poetry to promises, women are conquered not merely by force, but by language. Words paint the illusions they live within. Words create the future they imagine. A careless word wounds her. A crafted word enslaves her. Machiavelli knew, the people follow the banner, not the blade. A woman follows the tongue, not the hand. Her weakness lies in this intoxication with words. The man who commands language commands her heart, her loyalty, even her rebellion. Conclusion. The Machiavellian verdict: to rule a city is easier than to rule the heart of a woman, for the city obeys laws, but the woman obeys her fears. Power belongs not to the silent observer, but to the one who acts. If these forbidden truths have opened your eyes, then do not remain in shadows. Show your allegiance, strike the button of like as a mark of loyalty, and swear your devotion with subscribe, so you may never be left ignorant when the next secret is revealed. Remember this: weakness is the root of control. Women guard theirs fiercely, but now you hold the knowledge they fear. Use it not as a fool, but as a prince. Until we meet again, guard your mind, for the world conspires to own it. The weak will watch and forget. The wise will act. So if this video has given you power, seal it with a like. Share it with those who still wander in ignorance. And if you have not yet sworn loyalty to this channel, then subscribe now, so you never stand powerless when the next secret arrives. The choice is yours. But remember, only those who act claim the crown.
If this video sparked something in your mind or gave you a new perspective, make sure to hit the like button and share it with someone who needs to hear this. Tell us in the comments, what part hit you the hardest or made you think twice? And if you're into unraveling the deeper layers of the human mind, don't forget to subscribe to Psychology decode mind. More powerful insights are coming your way